Hello everyone and welcome to the Anna Aidoo Show. The Anna Aidoo Show is all about inspiration, sharing positive stories, sharing life, doing everything we can to bring light into this world. I'm so happy to be coming from you from my friend Rita's balcony with the birds chirping. You know me, I like the birds chirping, birds flying by, and the breeze behind us. And I'm excited today to come to you with my childhood friend. We've been together since elementary school, we've raised our children together, and so who else but somebody who knows you through and through to continue this journey with. And so I would like to welcome my friend Rita. Welcome, Rita.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, my dear sister.
Thank you too. And too, before we go forward, we need to acknowledge Miss Tyra,
Yes.
our video girl for today and probably always. So everybody pray for us so that we can work with Tyra and create something beautiful for us. And so we're not going to waste time. I'm Anna Aidoo. As you could tell, the show is by me. And it's been going on for a while, but we took some time off, and now we're back because it's easier now to share videos, to have a conversation, and to live life, as we say. So today, as I said, Miss Rita is here, and we're going to share some of our life stories. And so, Miss Rita, welcome.
Thank you.
And tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, as you know, my name is Rita Dua. A childhood friend of yours long time ago, since we were 8 years old,
Oh my
9 years
God.
old, yeah. And now we are in our golden age.
Ah.
So we've been like sisters anyway. So, well, we all live in Toronto here. I'm a single mom of 3 children, 3 amazing children, one of whom has autism, which is a big challenge on me and both my family and myself. But we're working through it. I've come so far. I'm also a certified Ontario teacher. I teach at a Catholic school, elementary school. I have other qualifications apart from being a teacher. I was once an EC, that's an early child educator. And then I was also a resource consultant dealing with children with special needs. So I do have quite a broad knowledge, a vast knowledge about special needs and dealing with them since I lived with one for the past 23 years.
Wow.
So that's me.
That's you.
That's me, yes.
And I have to tell you that I am very proud of who you are because we've walked this journey together.
That's right.
I am very proud of the courage that you've had to travel this journey. I am very, very proud.
Yeah.
I know how difficult it's been. But what I admire of you most is even though as children, none of us expected to go through the things we've been through,
Yeah.
the experiences that we had, some are easier than others. You, I believe you can conquer the world because through it all, you have gone through school, become a full-time teacher, whilst raising 3 kids on your own. Tell us how you've done it. Tell us what has brought you through so that others who are discouraged, others who are depressed, others who don't know what to do with their lives and their experiences will be able to have courage, know that they're not alone, and live the life the best way they know how.
Well, there's a saying. There's a saying called I took a plane to go to Italy, but I landed in Holland.
Okay.
So that means that my whole idea was that I was going to have the perfect children, the perfect marriage, and everything, but I landed in a different continent altogether.
God, here's where we are.
Here's where we are. So I when my son was diagnosed with autism from the beginning, I didn't know what it was. I've never heard anything called autism.
Yes.
I had no idea what it was. But then it was very difficult for me to accept it and say, oh, my child is not doing this, my child is not doing that. But one thing that I took as a person was that, okay, I can read. Let me go and research about this. So I went researching.
And I remember through it all, we were crying.
We were crying. I was
because we
crying.
didn't know what this was.
I didn't know what this was. How am I going to do this? How am I going to manage with this? What does it mean? It doesn't mean that he's mentally retarded.
Which is what we used to say in Ghana.
In Ghana, and it's a stigma. And it's a stigma when your child has any disability. It's a stigma in Ghana. You hide your kids.
Yes.
When you have such a situation. But for me, I had very good people around us. That means his teachers were very, very good people who told me this is nothing new, and this is a country where you've come to that there's a lot of resources. So they opened me up to all these things. And then one thing I did too was that I was comparing. I did a lot of comparison. I compared my peers that had the same babies at my time with my son's, milestones, with their children's milestones. And that's where I noticed all those shortcomings that my son had. Because at that age, they were able to communicate, they could listen, they didn't have any issues. But my son was not speaking. He was hitting his head towards things. He was very aggressive. And then I learned that it was all frustration because he couldn't express himself. So those were the things that I did. I did a lot of research.
So pause for a moment there. So you did your own.
Yes.
So what you're saying is that even before the schools introduced you to all the resources around,
exactly,
you compared other kids to you. I remember there was a time when we were holding a children's party, and he was all by himself.
He was by himself, so isolated.
So isolated. So what you're saying is that as a parent with an autistic child, you have to pay attention yourself.
That's right.
To the child's movement.
Yeah, because if you have your child at home, the child goes to school or daycare just 6 hours and come back home. You spend all your time with him. So you communicate, you watch. So you have to be a hawk. Really, really observe. You have to be an observant person to know your child's milestone. And one thing in Canada, we are so lucky, they do have documents that they give to parents. It's called something called Nipissing checklist. You checklist all the milestones that your child is going. So when you see something going wrong, take a phone, call your pediatrician and say, I'm not seeing my son thriving here. What do you think it is?
So it's sort of like a guide.
So like a guide for you. So you need to ask questions, and you need to be very, very observant. So that is where I started my journey with my son. Yeah.
And so through all the journey, I remember we used to cry a lot.
Oh my.
Because we had come from a place that, we were young.
Yeah.
We didn't know. We had our own selves to take care of our dreams and everything, but it seemed like things were going in the opposite direction.
That's right.
So how did you take care of yourself? Because that is important.
Yeah.
Because without you as the parent, your child can't handle it, because your child doesn't even have basic understanding.
Right.
How did you take care of yourself through it all?
I don't think I really did take care of myself from the beginning. I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't sure what it's all about. And I had my daughter at that time. So I had two very young children, just 1 year apart. And I was working too at the same time. So I could not. I was wretched as if, physically. But then I had support from the teachers and from a parent support group that I joined. That is where I realized that I have to. Even though I'm taking care of those two plus a husband, I need to take care of me too. And there was so much information that was being bombarded at me that I didn't know where to pick. I didn't know where to pick all the information. So one thing that I can say for myself, I like to reach out. I reached out to one of the teachers who was so close to me, by name Margaret. She was one of the reasons. She was so good. She was the one who guided me through. Said, "Rita, you have to take care of yourself. Do that, and I'll help you through that. I'll help you through that. I'll help you through that." So that's what I did. So from the beginning, it was very difficult.
It was very difficult because I remember how we were thinking about it, and we were saying this child is not okay. We didn't understand what it was all about. But you've made it this far.
Yes.
And by God's grace, our son is still here. And you're still here.
That's right.
What would you say that the journey has been? I mean, what are some of the lessons you've learned from it? Because I know this path that we're setting up on is to come on a journey where we bring others to us.
Right.
Others who are going through difficulties, others who need help. And what we're trying to do is use our own experience, what we've learned and all that, to support whether it's women, whether it's men. So what would you say have been, as your child has achieved his milestones, what are some of the things you've learned that you're taking forward? Now, our kids are grown. As we're saying on this journey, we want to help others.
That's right.
So what would you say are some of the things you've learned that you and I, can take to support anybody that comes our way?
Well, I've learned a lot. I have a whole vast of knowledge that I have to pinpoint it one at a time. But I can say a few for now. One that I can say is always read, research. Whenever your child is diagnosed with any kind of disability, these days there's a lot of information on the internet. Or even if you can't find anybody, you can't do it yourself, find someone who can help you to read and understand your child. And also, there are also a lot of professionals that come into your life when your child is diagnosed with any other, whatever disability there is. There are speech pathologists, you have the physician, the doctor, you have the occupational therapist, you have the psychologist, and you have the government itself in your life. So those are the people that you go to. Always make sure that they will explain to you what you are looking at. Because there are certain mannerisms around the children that what is this?
Yes.
You may not understand.
Yes.
You may brush it off, but it might be something that has to be addressed.
Right.
So whichever professionals that come in your life for your child, you have to make sure that you have a lot of communication with them. You have to. And then
because
have to
they've been equipped to help you. So yours is to read,
is to research, read, reach out to these professionals, and then observe your child and go and ask questions. And that's one of the key things. If you don't ask questions, you never know.
Everybody's living their life. Everybody has their own struggles.
Right. So the trajectory of my life through for the past 23 years, these are some of the core things I would say you need to take a very good look at. If you do research, you ask questions, you read, you reach out, majority of the things that will bother you, you may overcome them and know what to do throughout,
because you have understanding. The Bible says, for lack of knowledge, my people perish.
That's right.
But we do not want to perish.
No, we don't.
Actually, we want to live. I know you and I have decided we've done our struggles. We struggled enough. Now we can go out and live well, but also not just live, but use our experiences to support any other person that comes our way.
Right.
So I thank you for being my guest for this.
Thank you.
I know we have so much coming up.
That's right.
Within the spectrum of autism, so that we can be able to help others, as well as bringing in other people that we can both interview as the journey goes on. And so, Miss Rita, as always, I'm with you in the journey. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I am so grateful that God has brought us this far.
That's right.
And I want to say the way you have parented Tyra, Eddie, and Richard is an example to what we can all overcome. Because like we said, Richard is autistic. You were alone as a parent. Something you never expected would happen, but this is the hand you had been dealt with. You could have either become miserable or be strong, so that we could do everything that you needed to do so that your children can stand strong. And so that is such a beautiful thing. We will continue on this journey. We will continue to make a difference. We've pledged ourselves to it. And so this is Anna Aidoo with the Anna Aidoo Show, coming to you today with my friend Rita, who is a teacher, a parent with a child with autism. But that doesn't define her story. Her story is there, and the greatness that will come out of it, we're all about to see.
That's right.
We say thank you to Our Lady Tyra for being our video person today, and we'll be coming back again and again. So viewers, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned as we bring you the Anna Aidoo Show every other week. All right? Stay blessed, be encouraged, be inspired. Thank you.